Yes, sir. Council members Rahman and Padilla called item 25 special. Councilmember Rahman for comments and by Councilmember Padilla for comments and questions.
Okay, is there any other items that are called special that we can do before public comment? Or that's it?
The council may also consider item 19 as amended by motion 19A, which was introduced by Councilmember Soto Martinez for Rodriguez and seconded by Councilmember Padilla.
Okay, so why don't we just take up 19 real quick, and then we'll move to 25. So on item 19, that's before us as amended. Does anyone wish to speak to that item?
Good morning, my neighbors!
Seeing no speakers on the queue, let's...
Yes! Fuck you, too!
What's up, dirty dog?
No members,
What up, everybody?
Open the roll.
All right, the knee-bending event is over. Everybody's in terror. Nobody's going to school. Nobody's going to work. Nobody's going to the market. LA's completely dead, but it's funny how there's traffic everywhere. But everybody's in fear. Everybody's in terror. Oh, man. Let the DEI show start.
13 ayes.
Saved you an hour and a
that
half
measure
of
is
your
approved.
time
And
today.
for the record, that was adopted as amended, sir.
As amended, 19. Okay, now we'll move to 25. And Councilwoman Rahman.
Thank you so much. And I know there's other colleagues who have questions, and I look forward to the discussion today. I just wanted to provide a brief introduction to this motion. Every year, 70% of the over 40,000 individuals who are placed into custody at our city's 3 detention facilities
Here we go
at
again.
77th Street, Van Nuys, and Metropolitan
They just went over this a whole hour.
require medical treatment,
There's
which
more.
the city provides through a staff of medical service professionals who staff clinics at each of these facilities.
Yeah,
During a
everybody's
very
kidnapped.
challenging budget process, these medical service providers and the funding for them fell through the cracks, resulting in a request that
Still going, Sky.
would essentially
I cut an
consolidate
hour
all
and a
these
half
medical
off.
services and
It's been
only
on for an hour
provide
and
them
a
at
half
one of
of
the
this
city's aforementioned 3 detention facilities. I happened to learn about this by accident during a visit to the Metropolitan Detention Center to understand more about
Sure, you just
our
happened to
jail
just
system.
go hang
and
out at
our,
the jail today.
our
Let's just go to the jail
process.
today.
But the
Let's just go see what's going on.
ramifications of shutting down 2 out of these 3 medical clinics
Right.
cannot be overstated.
Nobody's going to the doctor.
Thousands of
Nobody's going to the
individuals who
dentist,
rely on
apparently.
receiving care from these medical professionals at these detention centers would be at risk of receiving a reduced quality of care and increased wait times with potentially serious ramifications for their health. Shutting down these facilities would also mean that officers who were making arrests would have to transport individuals across the city to the remaining medical facility, no matter where the location of their arrest was, which would mean many more hours off the street and potentially reduced care quality for those individuals. Continuity of care is essential
Did
for
they
the
get
health
slapped
and
a lot?
safety of detainees, and also for maintaining the basic promises that we make
I didn't see that.
here
Okay.
of upholding a just public safety system. This motion seeks to ensure that the medical
everybody.
services are not shuttered on July 1st, which is why I'm grateful that it was heard today. And secondly, to create a strategy by which we can incorporate these services and the workforce that carries them out into the budget process in a better way to ensure cuts like these don't occur at this time, but also aren't
Yeah, the
in
bolero.
danger of occurring in the future. As we've heard from the workers themselves who testified during the hearings on this item, these services are not optional. They're critical
they
to the
definitely
well-being of
addressed that,
individuals in
Mark.
custody and to the effective operation of our city's public
Heidi
safety
Soto
infrastructure. We must be
Martinez,
able to keep
communist,
everybody safe.
fucking
I want to thank
Mao.
Council members Lee and McCosker
Got her
who heard
fat ass
this,
up there and
in
talked
an
about
expedited
it.
way in their committees, and to the Council President for putting this on today's agenda. And I hope that after today's discussion, we will be able to move this
YouTube
forward
messing
with
with
all
the
of your
chat
support.
format? How so?
And thank you to all of the voices who showed up to
they doing?
testify on this item in their various
Yeah, why does
committee
it say
meetings.
at
Thank
in
you very
everybody's
much.
name right
Thank
now?
you.
It says at
Next we'll hear from
Cortland.
Councilmember Price.
Never normally
followed by
says that.
Councilmember
What's
Costner.
going on? YouTube
Thank you, Mr. President. My district, as well as Councilmember Padilla's, are now potentially in jeopardy of losing
What
an
do you mean
essential
they're
service that
doxing
will
you?
bring both our incarcerated residents on-site medical care. It's desperately needed. As a body, we need to have a better understanding of what the
Yeah, it's weird
long-term
that all of
financial
them say
impacts
at,
are
like all your
of
names say
eliminating
at.
these services.
What's up, Terry?
Despite our
What's
current
up,
fiscal
people?
situation, cutting something as integral
Mark?
as health
Max?
to our residents, no matter what their criminal status is, will be deeply felt by some of our most vulnerable and
I mean, other than that,
Everyone is deserving of health care and medical services, and any
See
attempt
those
to cut
purple
those
things on here. I
provisions
don't know what those
will be
are.
felt not only by the folks who are in the penitentiaries,
Number 3,
but
King
also
number
by the police
Crown
officers
3,
who will
Crown
now be
2.
responsible for shuttling people from one
all
part
that
of the
is.
city to another.
I
just
guess
to
they're
receive
rewarding
basic
people for
medical
spamming.
attention. More importantly, we need to ask, what's the cost benefit? Why are we allowing ourselves to eliminate key services? And what are we putting at risk in the long term as a result of this? Thank you, President.
Thank you very much. Councilmember McCosker.
Maybe you know how they slow roll it, Raging
I
Cane.
just want to thank you,
Sometimes they slow roll
Councilmember,
shit.
for your leadership,
You know,
Councilmember Rahman, and I'm not sure where you are, but thank
certain
you
amount
so
of people
much.
get
I
it
was happy to
first, and
sign
everybody
on
else.
to
Come
this,
on, Buckethead. You already
real
spoke
issue.
about
It's
the
a real
baseball
issue for
players. Fuck, do we have
quality
to
of
see your
care. It's also
Buckethead
an
talk
issue
about
for
everything?
the
Big deal.
efficiencies
Some
of our
car washes got
government.
raided in your
Folks
neighborhood. That's
off
going to
of the
happen
street
when you're
for
fucking
longer and
illegal
longer
and you
periods
come
of
through the
time. I
fence
can't imagine
illegally.
what the line of
If you're here legally, you have
of,
nothing to worry
service
about. Stop
requests
the
would be.
crying. Stop the
So
cat.
for all of those reasons, for efficiencies, but
Not
also for the most
fearful.
important reason of making sure
Stop it.
people in our custody are
Stop
taken
it.
care of.
You need help.
This is a
Get some
critical
help.
motion, so I just was thanking you for your leadership on it.
Great. Councilmember Rahman.
Same
did you wish to
crying
speak?
game every
Okay.
This whole
Seeing no
council
other
should be
speakers on
sponsored
the
by
queue.
Kleenex. I mean, really, Kleenex? Are you watching?
Okay. Padilla
Send
just
these
came on this.
motherfuckers some
Go ahead.
boxes,
Councilwoman
all of
Padilla.
them.
Do we have anybody here from personnel that can talk about it?
I believe we do.
Shit. I hope the U.S. government gives not a fucking penny to my state, and I hope they're hurting because of it.
Good morning,
They got to
members.
fire
Malika
more than
Phillips,
people
General
because
Manager.
at first they said 600 plus people through the furlough. Now it's 1,000 plus people. See how that worked? Remember, somebody was telling you, oh, they're just sugarcoating it. It couldn't be just 600. It's got to be more than that. Here we are. It's double the amount now. And when they don't get their federal funding, guess what's going to happen?
Here,
They deserve
the
everything
Personnel
they get.
Department provides
DEI, anything
medical
DEI
services
touches goes into the
to- at
toilet.
three,
Name me
detention-
one city, one company, one anything that's full about DEI and that is thriving. Just put it in the chat room for me.
The Councilmember Rahman is correct. A substantial number of individuals who are brought into LAPD custody are in need of medical care, and the Personnel Department employs people who provide that care. In this year's budget process, vacant positions, 7 vacant positions of care providers were eliminated, as well as approximately 40% of
Matthew.
our as-needed funding. We addressed this in a budget memo, and ultimately the council decided to ask the Personnel Department to report back through a special study, which the Personnel Department has been working on. There has been some misconception that there will be an immediate closure of detention facilities as of July 1st, and that's not accurate. It was a proposal that the Personnel Department made to create offsets, as we were asked to create offsets to figure out how do we navigate proposed cuts in funding. That was merely a proposal. At present, we believe
I don't know,
and we
Shel.
are completing
Don't know why.
our study, but
Weird.
roughly I can say we
doxing
estimate
everybody
that we'll
like
be
Sodi
able to
said
maintain medical facilities at 3.
Weird.
At the 3 detention
it's a
facilities
glitch.
for
Maybe they're
approximately
trying to do an
6
update
months
and it's
before
glitching. I
the
don't
funding for medical will run out with the Personnel Department. So there's a little bit of time to figure out how to create these offsets, but
Really? Farms and
That's right.
slaughterhouses
No,
are
that's good.
thriving?
That's exactly along the lines of what I wanted you to say, or talk to us about. Do you know by any chance what the average stay is for an individual at these locations?
You already did that like 7
Okay,
times, Road.
because my
How many more times
understanding,
are you going to
if
do it without
his-
getting it done?
If history,
Get it. You
I
guys are
remember
just
the history is that
bonkers.
these are locations where sometimes our LAPD.
And like I said, TDS is so real. It's more real than monkeypox that they told you was going to take the world by storm. You know more people afflicted by TDS, which some are in the chat room right now. More than you know anybody with monkeypox. Bet you still haven't seen one person with monkeypox, but you've seen 1,000 with TDS.
right. I mean, I do believe that people are held for more than a day or two in the detention
Almost
facilities.
every
And
celebrity
when
I know
people
has
are
TDS.
arrested,
Almost every.
sometimes, you know,
You
oftentimes
fucking
they will
name
need
'em,
medical care.
they almost all
Most
have 'em.
people
Very
require
few
some
that
level
don't.
of medical care
Very
when they
few.
come
Small
in.
handful.
The medical issues can arise while people are within the detention facility. I think part of the issue is whether or not LAPD would
STD,
be able to
whatever it
transport
is.
the number of people necessary from one detention facility
Still more
to
people
another
with
because
TDS
particular
than that
person is in
STD
need of medical care
monkeypox.
rather than just providing medical
Still.
where they are. I don't know if that's answering your question, but I do believe
Still.
that people do stay in the detention facilities for more than a day or two
Maria,
while
thank
waiting
you.
for hearings and things like that. And
Yeah,
issues
yeah.
can arise.
Oh
at
my
that.
God! And
Yeah, I mean,
someone
this
who's
is not
illegal
where
got taken
people
to a
who are
detention.
sentenced stay at. This
No.
is right before they get transferred into the county system.
Correct.
Okay, so
don't break the law.
The reason why I was intrigued and wanted to ask some questions is
Don't
because
break the law.
most recently there was an individual that was put into the Van Nuys jail. Myself and another council member were asked to ask questions about getting them out sooner than later, and now we're being accused of playing ping pong over who was supposed to advocate to get them out sooner or get questions
Look at him.
out.
No money, no peace.
so
Typical grifter.
What I fear.
Why don't you get a goddamn job, you fucking beggar? You're a fucking beggar. Lifetime loser. Why don't you get a goddamn job? And the rest of your folks.
Make sure that if this is city property.
Beggar. Your
and
arm's
we're
probably
holding
tired of
folks
going like
before
this. Holding it
something is
out, waiting
determined
for
them
free
to go
shit.
into the county system.
I get it.
that
You're
we,
stupid
as
and
the city of Los
unskilled.
Angeles,
That'll
do
never
everything we
change.
can to make sure that these are humane places and
Fuck
not
Gaza.
going to cause more
That's for
council
Gaza
members
right
to
there.
get the heat, and especially not our police department, especially in these contentious times. So
And everybody in Gaza.
when are we going to hear
That's for
back
you.
from this report?
I believe that we can have a report in the next 30 days. I think it's going either back to public safety or the PA committee. I'm not sure where it's assigned next, but certainly we are working on the report.
Gaza. You don't like Gaza?
And this is and the
Gaza.
report is going to show us
Fuck
alternatives to making this
Gaza.
continuous, correct? Or creative ways of making sure we continue this.
The report will identify, will basically tell the story of, again, this is, the personnel department role is not broad within the detention facilities. It's really related to the medical dispensaries and whether or not nurses are able to provide care for individuals there. So within the detention facilities. And so the scope of our report back will be what's within the motion, but also really related to the costs of medical care, the scope of medical care that is provided, the
get
types
kicked
of
off of
providers
YouTube? Well,
that we
then,
provide,
Apple.
what is the funding that is necessary, the time
I'm not going to
frame.
knee bend to the
There will be
terrorists,
aspects of the report
domestic
back that I think
or
LAPD
foreign.
would be more appropriate
I'm not
to report
knee
back on,
bending
and
to
we
the
are working
terrorists.
closely with the department to identify some of those specific
Let it be
LAPD
gone. One less job I
operational,
gotta do.
Issues, but that is the broad nature of the report back.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
Thank you.
All for speaking my
Thank you very
fucking
much,
First
Councilmember
Amendment
Padilla,
right.
And thank you, Ms. Billups, for being here to answer those questions. The motion does request a 30-day report back, and although I know often the report back timelines are subject to significant discretion by the departments, I think there is a lot of interest on this council to ensure that we're holding ourselves to that timeline, again, in the interests of making our system as safe as possible for people. So we would appreciate the personnel department support and the police department support in making sure that we're meeting that deadline this time. And I want to thank you and
Almost 2 hours in.
others at the personnel department for
20
being
minutes
willing
shy
to
of
answer
2
questions
hours.
in a timely fashion. So that
Haven't
we could
done a
get this,
fucking thing for the
before
city,
us as a
except for
body.
knee bend to each other.
Thank you very much. And with that, let's move to, seeing no other speakers, let's move to a vote on item 25. Open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Yeah, I don't know why
Thank
it's
you.
doing that chat room
And
thing.
at
You
this
guys were telling me,
time,
Chris. I didn't even
I
notice.
believe we can move
So
to
you guys
public
are saying
comment.
something.
So,
And I'm guessing it's not only in my
City
room.
Attorney, if you want to read the directions
Guessing
for
it's in
public
every
comment.
room.
Yes, thank you, Madam President.
Yeah,
To
waste of
people
money.
providing comments,
And we're in the
public
hole.
comment, when it is your turn to speak
This
at the
idiot
podium,
still has a mask
please state
on.
which of the agenda items you'd like
I
to
get
speak
it.
to.
She's a
You'll
dummy.
have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public
She's still
comment.
waiting for the curve
During
to be
general
flattened.
Public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the items or anything else within the city's subject matter jurisdiction. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you're on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the
What
president.
for, Razor?
At that
No
point,
reason
you
to
need
go
get
around these
immediately
communists.
and clearly on topic.
Already make me want to
If you do not
vomit.
do so, or again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next speaker. The items open for public comment are items 1, 31, and 32. Again, that's items 1, 31, and 32.
buddy.
And if I could get the translator to translate this part for me. To members that are providing public comment in Spanish, we ask that you pause after every few sentences.
Para los miembros que requiere la interpretación de español a inglés durante su comentario público, por
What
favor,
I'm staring
den una
at, so I don't have to
pausa
stare at that
después
pig's
de
face
cada
all the
frase.
time.
That way the translator can translate your
That's
comment. We
beauty.
will hold your time, and you will be given the
That
same
is
amount
not.
of time as all of the rest of the speakers. Thank you.
Así ustedes permiten que traduzca la intérprete lo que ustedes están comentando. Y también vamos
Boxing
a dar una
everybody,
pausa a
Max.
su tiempo, así que va a recibir la misma cantidad de tiempo que
You guys
los
can all
otros
sue YouTube.
comentaristas.
Class action. Everybody get 13 cents. You get your 13 cents. I got
I'll
it.
begin calling names.
Literally sent me a pic.
Two,
Sent me an envelope
Kimberly
with a
Chen,
dime and 3
Dorsey
pennies in it.
Whitebrake.
It's gonna be like the jerk. $1.13. $1.13. $1.13. I'm gonna sit there and just write $1.13 checks to everybody.
You can start this individual's time. Go ahead, speaker.
I'm sorry,
Viewer discretion is
negra
advised.
puta, pero este número, pinche puta, dumbass asshole chola cholos, is about the city attorney named Covington and Burling LLP and Heidi Boo Boo. Heidi Boo Boo. Heidi Boo Boo. Why do you have to hire outside counsel? You can't deal with David O. Carter's judgment against the city of Los Angeles? You can't deal with the LA County Board of Supervisors? Well, that's the problem. The matter that the city council authorized $500,000 of the balance outside councils, including workers' compensation line item. Yeah, that's how fucking stupid you are. Noodle, noodle, noodle. Noodle, noodle, noodle. See, when you know how to win, you dumbass asshole chola and cholos, this is how we do it. This is how
City
we
Attorney,
do it. What number?
can you clarify how this is relevant to the subject matters?
Next item. City attorney designee asshole controller to instruct the bitch for any necessary technical adjustment, you fucking cunt, dumbass asshole chola. Rumenudo to subject the approval of Zabo CAO and authorize the nigger controller to implement my motherfucking instructions. Yeah, thank you, everybody. It's showtime, LA Friday. Then we go into case number 220CB02291.KES. Now, LA Alliance for Human Rights was always right about housing. Legal Aid Foundation was always right about housing, you fucked up noodle, asshole. And you blob blob juju filled. Where is the fucking billions of dollars you stole on housing, everybody? Where? Where?
Where is it?
Where did it go?
Yeah.
So now you know the truth because it comes out of me mentally that we got two Sambos up here fucking up our housing by the approval of the mayor. It's irreparable harm, even to the renters, even to us wetbacks like me. But the urgency is about human suffering. Again, human suffering. What? Human suffering. What? Fuck you! Now, politely, United States Attorney General We love you. Pam Bondi, we love the way you arrest these federal judges and their illegal, intolerable, irreparable harm when these judges are taking bribe money from elected officials and donors in California.
What's up, Tons?
I love you. I love you, Mommy. When I was 10 years old and I watched my mother cry on the phone hearing how you put down Edward Chin, that fucking Florida asshole judge. And there's more to come. So long, new scum. So long, Mayor of Lee. And fuck your sanctuary cities, you fucking assholes.
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names.
Mr. Herman, everybody.
Dan Mizel, Margarita Gonzalez, and 4.
That is Mr. Herman, everybody. Oh, boy.
Paging Mr. Herman.
He's right there. That's the way you start off the
Couple
show.
of extra names so that we can have a list up here.
That's how you started off.
Absolutely. Dana Randy, Harry Kim, 799, and Cayman.
Bro, is Harry Kim real?
Speakers, if you can make your way up to
Come on,
the
is that
podium as
3 and
quickly as
Tramp?
possible.
He's there.
We'd like to get through as many speakers as we have time for. Go ahead. Speaker, your name and the items you're
Harry
speaking on.
Kim.
Buenos días.
Are you Harry
Yes,
Kim?
Which items would you like to speak on?
Necesito traducción, por favor.
There's Harry
Sí,
Kim
lo
right
escucho.
there.
¿En qué punto quisiera dar su comentario? ¿Comentario público?
I would like to make a general comment.
Okay.
You'll have
You have
1
1
minute.
minute.
And quickly, I got a copyright infringement notice yesterday for 3 and Shrimp's singing. I need you to know that. A legitimate one.
Hace.
Hi, good morning.
For
My
his
name
composition
is Margarita
of
Gonzalez,
Chinese
and
music.
I'm with ACE.
Y vengo aquí para pedirle al
For real, no
ayuntamiento
joke.
de favor
Swear on
que
my whole life.
extienda de
May God kill me
inmediato
now.
el contrato de State House LA.
And I've come here to urge City Council to extend immediately the State
I
House
posted
LA
it on Twitter.
contract.
Nos gustaría que fuera permanente,
We would like for it to be permanent.
porque habemos muchas personas, como en mi caso, que estoy a punto de ser desalojada de mi hogar que ha sido por más de 30
It
años.
is worth it, Sky.
And there are a lot of people like me who are
He
running
does,
the
Beach.
risk of being evicted from their homes, and it's been like that for years.
También queremos que incluyan en la agenda la emoción del banco público.
We'd also like for you to agendize a motion for public banks.
En esta ciudad hay muchos
course not,
homeless
steadily.
de hoy en
No way.
adelante y si no tenemos apoyo, vamos a ver más personas en la calle.
There are a lot
I
of
agree, Apple.
unhoused individuals already in the city, and if we do not approve this contract, there are going to be a lot more.
A lot of slop
Por
on
eso
YouTube
les pido
now.
de favor
Like,
que se
just
pongan la mano en el
altered bullshit
corazón
AI
y piensen
content.
en
I
nuestros
think you'd
hijos.
agree.
Yo tengo un hijo con necesidades especiales
Going
y que
downhill.
él me hace la pregunta que si vamos a vivir en la calle.
Thank you,
you,
bass
Speaker.
player.
And I would just like you to take a moment to please just have it in your heart to think about the children. I have one child who's special needs, and he even asked if we're going to be able to stay in the home we live in.
Speaker, your time is
Ya se le
out.
acabó su tiempo.
Yeah,
Thank
And just so you know, yeah, they're down $1 billion, but they're asking for $2 billion. So that way you can pay off all the debt on their stupid spending, plus prop them up for another Billy.
Christina Boyar, Victoria Enriquez.
Speaker, which items would you like to speak to?
General comment, item number 32, 발언하겠습니다.
A lot of
I'm
shorts
sorry,
that are
item number
AI.
32 and general public comment?
You can tell the voiceovers are all AI.
General comment.
How hard is it to comment on a 30-second video?
Okay. Can you have 1 minute for each? Can you please start
I
with
do
item
5
number
hours
32
a day.
first?
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 해리
Oh,
킴이고 저는 로스앤젤레스시에 거주하고 있습니다.
Hello, my name is Harry Kim, and I live in
he is
the
real.
city of Los Angeles.
I'm sorry, Harry. I thought he was 3
시내
and
계속 오르는 임대료로
Sorry.
인해 저는 보다 저렴하고 안정적인 주거지를 찾아야 했습니다.
Because of the ever-rising rental fee, I had to find a stable and then nice, like a residence.
하지만 어디서부터 시작해야 될지 막막했고 절차도 복잡했습니다.
But the process was very confusing and it was very complicated.
그때 키와라는 지역 비영리 단체를 통해 도움을 받을 수 있었습니다.
But then I was able to get help from the non-profit organization named Kiwa.
그분들은 저소득 아파트를 찾는 것부터 신청서 작성, 필요한 서류 준비까지 전 과정을 도와주셨습니다.
Donated. I didn't
They
see it.
helped me with everything, including find the affordable housing choices, and then filling out applications, and throughout all the documentation process and everything.
특히 영어가 모국어가 아닌 저에게는 이러한 지원이 없었다면 혼자서는 절대 해낼 수 없었을 겁니다.
I would never have been able to do it because my native language is not English, so it was really helpful.
존경하는 시의원 여러분께 간곡히
Korean,
말씀드립니다.
not
이러한
Chinese.
서비스는 단순한 정보 제공이 아니라 우리같이 어려움을 겪는 사람들에게는 생명줄 같은 존재입니다.
Respectfully, I ask the councils, this kind of help is not just giving me important information, it's like a lifeline for me.
저와 같은 세입자들이 앞으로도 계속해서 필요한 지원을 받을 수 있도록 Stay House LA 프로그램의 연장 계약과 이들을 잘 펼칠 수 있는 기금 책정을 반드시 지원해 주시길 간곡히 요청드립니다. 감사합니다.
I strongly urge you to support the extension of a Stay Housed LA program and the funding that will allow us, people like us, to continue to receive the support that we definitely need. Thank you.
Before the
I
next
didn't know
speaker,
there
I'd
was a
like to
gag
call a
name.
few more names.
Spindler.
Esmeralda, Christina Campos, Cynthia Strathman, Alex Scott, Georgina Serrano, and Angelina Jimenez.
Viewer discretion is advised. Again, viewer discretion is advised. We do have Spindler up. Mr. Spindler's
You
here.
can start the speaker's time.
Yeah.
So we have here the illustrious schedule of corruption and felonies today. Now let's talk about $500,000 for criminal defense attorneys. Let's give the city council a hand for admitting they're criminals. Thank you, criminals. I will no longer refer to you as city council members anymore. I will refer to you strictly as criminals or defendants.
That's it.
Now 31, Covington and Burling. Herb Wesson hired that law firm when he was scared. Mark Ridley Thomas hired him when he was scared. Janice Horn handled them when she was scared.
Ian.
Because there's nothing more
Thank you,
frightening
Ian.
than the FBI to these 15 yokel-dokel cocksucker council people.
Thank you, real
They are
JC.
scared to death of the FBI. In fact, I will prove it right now. FBI Wade. See what I mean?
We'll see.
Ulysses jumped out of her chair. Now we get to 32. What's this shit? Eviction defense? Who are you talking about? And by the way, that's Imelda the parrot. And of course, we have a recent Supreme Court decision involving rents. Did these motherfuckers tell you landlords and tenants about this new decision? Yeah. It turns out that most notices under the 3-day are illegal if they do not tell you where to pay the rent increase to. That is in the California Supreme Court. These motherfucking shastas up here are going to tell you. Ulysses ain't going to tell you. Bob ain't going to tell you because they want you to think you need these lawyers. You don't need lawyers. Like the lady said, you just need Jesus Christ. Now we get to number one. Now, let's see here. $5 for the Los Angeles Zoo. They want to charge me $5 more to look at a monkey. I can look at monkeys here for free all I want. Look at them over here. I can look at tigers like Tracy the tiger. I can look at parrots like Imelda Padilla.
and I can look at a hamburger like Eunice's Hamburger and Andes, and I can do it for free without paying for parking. I don't have to pay for coffee. I don't have to pay for popcorn. I can look at a bunch of goddamn stinking animals for no charge right here at the podium. So I say no to number one. And now we get to the general comment. My investigation of DWP is going very well. Let's give it a hand. So it turns out that you guys, in violation of my First Amendment and retaliation for my free speech, Bob, Mr. Budget, apparently charged me over $1,545 in my water bill when it should have been merely $12.40. But that's not on there, Thea. They also did it in February, and they also did it in March. How about that? Let's give everybody a hand for retaliating against me again. And I want you to keep doing it. Keep doing it, fool. Keep fucking with me, fool. Because every FBI agent in the United States is coming here. I see more out-of-state license plates than back in the old days when the Crips were here. And finally, a shout out to Huntington Park and all the gangs, man. I'm gonna give you the sign. I love that lady over there in Cudahy. She bitching.
There you go, Mr. Spindler, everybody. And that's the first two speakers? Or
Speaker, which
three?
items would you like to speak to?
Item 32.
How do you
and
follow that
general
up?
public comment.
How do you
You'll
follow
have 1
this
minute
up?
for each. Please start with item number 32.
Hi, good morning. I'm Edna Monroy with SAGE and also part of State House LA, United to House LA, and honestly, everyone here that is for tenants. Something that is very concerning in the midst of everything that's going on is that the State House LA program that has helped thousands and hundreds of Angelenos to stay housed is now at risk of being defunded. Organizations such as AIMS, SAGE, and many others present here, CBOs, community-based organizations, are at risk of not supporting tenants who, like myself, that fought 2 evictions, but thanks to State House LA, I was able to not go on a 3rd eviction. Shout out to Inner City Law Center and EDN, Eviction Defense Network. This is very concerning because as the rates continue, a lot of us that are immigrants, at risk, high risk, mixed status families can only be housed. But what if we cannot be housed because we are dealing with an eviction? And so I ask you to please do the right thing. Right now, LA is not sending the right message across. It's not leading. And so we need to get it together and actually get back on our leading force, which is to do the right thing, help Angelenos, prioritize Angelenos, keep us housed, protected, and secure. Because right now there's so much going on. And so State House LA needs an extension, and it's funding that was already secured by United to House LA, right? This measure
brown-eyed
that
girl.
voters voted for.
Thank you,
so
Brandy.
please do the right thing. Prioritize CBOs, prioritize State House LA, and prioritize
you're good,
Angelenos. Thank you.
Don't think like that. What does eviction have to do with illegal immigration? Thank you, Brandy. You're good.
Speaker, which
Think
items
good.
would you like to speak to?
Positive thought. You're good.
Buenos días. Necesito interpretación, por favor.
Adelante, oradora. Adelante, tiene 1 minuto.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Angelina Jiménez.
Sit, Sal.
Soy miembro de ACE.
Stop saying the truth,
Estoy
Sal.
aquí
Gonna
para
get you in
pedirles
trouble.
de favor que por favor manden firmar State House LA, porque esto no es para mañana.
Right,
Lo
Glass.
queremos para hoy también.
Hi, my name is Ana Jimenez, and I am here to ask you to sign Stay Housed LA. We don't want it for tomorrow, we want it for now.
Ya estoy cansada de lo mismo y me da pena repetir lo mismo, de ver tanta gente en la calle con los problemas que están pasando también ahorita.
I'm tired of coming back time and time again and asking for the same thing, and I'm tired of seeing people on the streets with everything that's happening right now.
Hay una crisis que tal vez ustedes lo tienen en sus manos.
They're all good, Randy.
There's a crisis that perhaps is in your hands to handle.
Thank you, Brandy.
Firmando
better, Brandy.
Stay House LA.
And that's signing Stay Housed LA.
También me gustaría pedirles y decirles que estoy de acuerdo con el banco público, porque nos conviene a nosotros, pero a todos ustedes, principalmente a la ciudad.
And I would also like to ask you to approve the public bank because it would be convenient for all of us, but also convenient for you guys. It would be convenient for the city. Thank you.
Gracias y que Dios los bendiga.
Thank you, and may God bless
You want them to control your money in the bank. Got it. You want free rent. Got it.
Buenos días.
Speaker, which items would you like to speak
Free
to?
citizenship, free
Oradora, ¿de qué
rent, free
elementos
money,
quiere hablar?
free everything.
Del punto 32.
32. Señora, ¿se podría acercar un poquito más al micrófono para
Gracias
poderla
a Dios,
escuchar?
a este apoyo he aprendido mis derechos
It's probably
y
YouTube,
vengo
Brandy.
a
Thank you
pedirle a
again.
toda la mesa
Look at
directiva
all the names
que
in YouTube
apoyen
today.
la State House Ley, que sea ahora, no mañana, porque hay mucha gente indigente en la calle y va a haber más gente. Entonces, yo soy una vendedora.
Un momento.
I'm a member of ACE, and thank God for giving me the ability to learn my rights. And I am here to support Stay Housed LA because there are way too many people
Move
out
to
on the
New York.
streets. Adelante, oradora.
Y también quiero
This
que
is
pongan-
New York.
Yo soy una
Mirror image.
soy una vendedora ambulante y yo no tengo recursos para pagar un abogado.
Also, I'm a street vendor. I don't have the resources to pay for a lawyer.
Y también quiero que apoyen en la agenda el banco público, por favor.
And I would also like you, please, to include in the agenda the public bank.
Y que toda la mesa directiva voten y apoyen por House LA. Gracias.
And for the whole
why
of the
they-
city council to support and vote for Stay Housed LA. Thank you.
Why are they so against like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and the like? I mean, I don't think they're great institutions
Speaker,
either,
which
but
item would
we
you
all
like to
seem to
speak to?
use them.
Buenas tardes.
I don't understand.
Cristina Campos, vivo en el Distrito 9 y soy
Are they
miembro de
freezing their
ACE.
accounts because they're
Good morning.
immigrants?
My name is Cristina Campos. I live in District 9.
Most of them don't. I
Pero
guess
I'm
they
a
don't
member
have.
of
Oh,
ACE.
maybe they don't
Adelante.
have a. They can't open a
vengo a
bank account
pedirle
because they
al
don't have a
Consejo,
social
por
security
favor,
number.
que extienda la
That's why they
protección
want
de
the
State
public
House LA.
bank.
I'm here to ask the members of the council to
So
extend
they don't have to keep their
the
money at home.
protections of Stay Housed LA.
Ojalá fuera permanente
no idea. I
como ha
wasn't thinking
existido en
this.
tiempos
I
anteriores.
don't even know if it's ID. I think it's literally a
And I wish it was
social
permanent
security
as it
number,
has been in
which,
the past.
which you need.
Yo soy un
Open a bank
ejemplo de
account.
esto. Yo estoy sufriendo un desalojo y gracias a State House LA tengo la representación de un abogado.
Because
And I
ID
am
they
an
can
example
get.
of this. I'm facing an eviction, and thank you to Stay Housed LA. I
Go to
have
MacArthur-
access to a
Go to
lawyer.
MacArthur Park. Get
Es muy
ID.
importante para la comunidad que se mantenga esta protección porque ahorita está una crisis muy alta que todo es relacionado. Toda esta gente
Yeah,
ahorita
Claire, I wasn't thinking.
It's important.
But
to the
social is everything.
community
That's why they
have
always
these
want to get fake
protections,
social
because
cards.
right now we're going through a
Social
crisis
Security is the
in
key
which
to
all of these
everything.
things are related
Same
to
when
one
you
another.
work, right?
muchas
Paying
personas
the
no están
taxes.
saliendo a trabajar, entonces todas
Social,
esas personas
everything.
con
That's
qué
the key.
recursos
Social
van a
Security
pagar una renta y si no tienen con qué pagar,
That's your inmate
¿dónde vamos
number.
a terminar? En la calle.
That's your inmate number.
A lot of people are too afraid to go out to work, and without money, how are they going to pay the rent? And without paying the rent, where are they going to end up? On the street.
Look who's
Entonces,
taking a
por
bath
favor,
over
le
there. Look at him,
pido que el
aggressive
día de
right now.
hoy pasen esa protección de State House LA.
And so I ask you, today, please pass the protections of Stay Housed LA.
Y también que pongan en la agenda la moción para el banco público, que es muy importante para la ciudad.
And also, if you could add into the agenda the motion for a public bank, which is very important for the city.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Speaker, which item would you like to speak to?
Yeah, my name is Georgina Serrano. I speak on the general comment in item 32. I'm work in District 1. And I really appreciated you here together and put the efforts to extend the State House LA contract, because this is the way so that tenants be educated, have a legal representation in some critical moments. And I know you are doing your part, we are doing our part as a community organizer. We see how important State House LA program works for the community. Thank you, Renan, for your support.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a few more speakers, but yeah, just want to encourage everyone. Go ahead.
Just to let you know, we wasted
Hi, my
2
name's
hours,
Cynthia
but you gave
Stratton.
you
I'm the
19
Executive
minutes.
Director at Strategic Actions for a Just Economy, one of the community-based organizations that has been implementing Stay Housed LA. We're asking the council to extend the Stay Housed LA contract and to please include
Better
the
get 3-inch
CBOs,
shrimp
the
in there.
community-based organizations, in that we are providing vital services, especially at a time when people need secure homes. Thank you very much.
Next speaker.
Love that.
Hola,
Two
mi nombre
hours
es
of a
Esmeralda
fucking
Negrete. Vivo en
DEI
Royal Heights y
circus.
soy miembro de CPC,
19
Colectivo
minutes of
Poder
public comment.
Comunitario. Quiero hablar del punto 32 y general.
Hello, my name is Esmeralda Negrete. I live in Boyle Heights. I'm part of CPC, and I want to talk about point 32. Adelante.
Quiero pedir que, por favor, no nos quiten el derecho a tener abogados. Este es un derecho importante para nuestra comunidad.
Please, I'm asking you, don't take away our right to have a lawyer. This is an important right for our community.
En este momento estamos sufriendo ataques por todos lados y necesitamos que el acceso a abogados sea permanente.
Right now, we are suffering attacks on all sides, and so we need this legal assistance, this access to lawyers to be permanent.
Lo necesitamos para poder proteger nuestros hogares y garantizar nuestras familias tengan un lugar donde vivir.
We need it to protect ourselves, and we need it to guarantee that our families have a place to live.
Si este recurso se elimina, muchas personas podrían terminar en la calle.
If this resource is eliminated, a lot of people could end up on the streets.
Lo cual causaría y aumentaría la crisis y la tensión que ya vivimos.
This shit's a broken
and that
record,
will
Sam.
only increase and add to the tension
Same
that
shit,
we're
different
already
day.
living through. Les pedimos que al menos protejan este derecho para que más familias puedan mantenerse en sus casas y no enfrentar solas las cortes sin una defensa justa.
And so we're asking you to approve this, at least so more families can stay in their home and so that they can go to court with just defense.
Gracias.
Thank you.
So what's wild to me really quickly is the fact that homeless veterans who helped fight for the country in some capacity come home. They're now homeless. I don't see them showing up here begging for money every day and saying, you're going to do this, you're going to do that for me. I demand this, we demand that. But yet these folks seem to come in all the time demanding the same shit. It's wild. The entitlement is through the roof.
Speaker, which items would you like to speak to?
Number 32, about Stay House LA. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Scott. I'm an eviction defense attorney with the California Center for Movement Legal Services. Thank you. And my work is funded by Stay Housed LA. I do want to say, though, that as an attorney doing eviction defense, I will be fined for a couple months if this is not extended. So I'm here to talk about the community-based organizations and services they provide instead, such as rental assistance and know your rights education for tenants. The simple fact of the matter is that tenants that know their rights are much less likely to end up at court because they are empowered to assert their rights and stop unscrupulous landlords in their tracks. And with regards to rental assistance keeps people in their homes because it makes it more likely for people to actually dig themselves out of the debt traps that they fall into after they've fallen on hard times. People are rent burdened, the economy is bad, it happens. There are good, hardworking people who just need an opportunity to get back on their feet. And with the rental assistance program stopped at the last couple of weeks, I've met several tenants already that would have been helped, like now cannot be. So please fund this program immediately. Thank you.
So that's all that money that they were wasting got cut off, and now they're crying for
Speaker,
it.
which items would you like to speak to?
Sorry, before you start, can you call two more names?
Let me guess, it's not those two that are standing
Cindy
there.
Morgan and Stacy Segarra Bollinger.
Sí, buenos días. Quiero hablar
So
en
the
el punto
husband
32
doesn't go
y
up,
comentario
3 and shrimp
público.
don't get to go up,
Hello,
robot
good day.
lady
I would
don't
like
get to go
talk
up.
about point 32 and also public comment.
20 minutes
Mi
you
nombre-
get.
Mi nombre es Sofía Mendoza y soy miembro de ACE.
Hello, my name is Sofia Mendoza and I am a member of ACE.
Le pido al ayuntamiento que extienda de inmediato el contrato de State House LA
Bullshit.
por siempre, no por un año, ¿sí? Y financiar completamente el programa.
Why don't you go,
So I am
Damon?
asking you now, City Council,
That's why.
to extend the contract of Stay Housed LA today, and to do it not only for now, but forever. Adelante.
Además debería de votar a favor del punto 32.
You should also vote in favor of point 32.
Y que incluyan también en la agenda la moción del Banco Público.
And also in the agenda to include the motion for a public banking system.
Es importante que voten ya, ahora, no mañana. ¿Por qué? Porque yo soy una persona que he pasado por 2 desalojos y este programa me ha ayudado a quedarme en mi casa.
It is so important for you to act today, to act now, not tomorrow. Because I am a person who's already faced 2 evictions, and thanks to this program, I still have a place to
2.
live.
2.
Por favor, les pido a todos los concejales.
Most people don't go their whole life
So
without
please,
getting
I
evicted
ask
one
all
time.
members of the council.
2
vote
times you've been
yes.
evicted. How old are you, ma'am? 35? And what does your immigration status have anything to do with you paying your rent?
All items and general public comment, please.
3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay, thank you. The first item is regarding an increase for the admission price of the LA Zoo.
Smoke.
I'm not generally opposed to increasing the admission for the zoo. I am kind of opposed to zoos in general, though. We've recently had an issue with Billy and Tina, the elephants that Mr. Blumenfeld and Mr. Nazarian rightfully introduced a council file to put them in a sanctuary because the habitat that currently exists at the LA Zoo for elephants is terrible. But unfortunately, before this council acted on that council file, they got transferred to the Tulsa Zoo. These elephants are being tortured. We've heard a lot from Councilmember Rahman about P22, but nothing about the poor elephants being tortured at the zoo, which I believe is in her district. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have zebras, rhinoceros,
Yes,
ocelots,
Portland.
jaguars, giraffes, koalas, snow leopard, tons of species of monkeys, tigers, wallabies, kangaroos. None of these species are evolved to live in Los Angeles. They shouldn't be in Los Angeles. They should be in a sanctuary somewhere, not like for people's entertainment. It's really inhumane. We should close the LA Zoo and use that land for something else. Item
Can
31
put homeless
is
people on
relative
there.
to legal services
Still a
agreement
lot
with
of them in
Covington
there.
and Burlington LLP
Almost
to
all.
provide legal services related to federal investigation. So much of our tax dollars is going to lawyers and legal services for litigation. This motion is kind of vague. It just says a federal investigation, so I'm not quite sure what it's referring to, but it's $500,000. The city is financing lawyers. I bet this is a great town to be a lawyer in, especially if you're dealing with the city. You must be getting paid a lot. Speaking of which, we have item 32 regarding legal aid for eviction defense. Obviously, we need eviction defense. Landlords aren't known for their scruples. We have a lot of wrongful evictions. This is a step in the right direction, but again, we're spending a lot of money litigating. There's an insane amount of funding dedicated. Again, the defense services are good and needed, but ultimately those resources are being funneled up into the hands of lawyers. I wonder if we could do a better job leveraging funding like that from ULA, that only a fraction of which has been used, to create social housing and housing options that don't necessitate greedy landlords. Landlords are the reason why we have to pay all this money, because they're wrongfully evicting people, and then we have to pay lawyers to defend their tenants and keep them housed. And we make bullshit contracts like the one Ulysses tried to get her tenants to sign for Tom Botts, who lives in a Malibu mansion. Maybe landlords who don't live in LA shouldn't be able to exploit tenants in LA. You didn't stick to what you planned to meet in Van Nuys, despite significant demand for this compromise. Remember, you used to hear comments on the phone. Now that's what you should do. And pay attention, just reinstate remote comment to create better access for people who want to call in.
I know the singer, not the song.
Couldn't care less. You know it's wrong, so do what's right.
Yeah,
Why
Randy.
are you too scared to fight?
Look at
Just
Spindler.
reinstate remote comment.
Herman's dancing too.
Comment. Hey, Ulysses, Heather, John Lee, what's so funny over there? Am I making y'all laugh? Is this a joke? Really? Pay attention, please. Shout out Smoke and Scan.
Oh, let's go. 19-time Grammy Award winner, Stacey Scared-Bolger. I love when they get up and dance. Makes me smile.
I believe it's items, items 1, is it 31 and 32, as well as general public comment. This is really...
You'll have 3 minutes for the
Yo,
items
the
and 1
volume's
minute
really
for
high in
general
your mic,
public
just so you
comment.
know. So if whoever's working the audio. Item with the zoo, I think $5 increase isn't really a lot, but we're all hurting out here, and we already can't afford to go to Dodger games, more than once in a lifetime. We can't afford to go to anywhere, really, so that kind of sucks, although I don't really like zoos at all. But I think we should bring back an old American tradition of the human zoo. And instead of black and native and Irish orphans, we should have city council members and elected officials in the zoo exhibits.
I'll pay
We've
for
got
that.
15 exhibits right here. And we got some, I want to hear some ideas, I want to hear we'll have Hugo's exhibit where he can have pictures of different speakers, like my wife or whatever, he can look at, we got, Ulysses can have pictures of, I'm not going to make that kind of joke. She can have pictures of money. I'm not going to say food. Money. Tracy can have pictures of Venice. I think she has Venice Beach in her district. All right. All right, next item. Y'all going to need a lot more than $500,000 to defend y'all from whatever the fuck is coming down the pipe.
Portland.
It's really a shame how y'all can have the city attorney's office defend y'all and give you advice and tell you to meet in closed session, even though the city don't trust you. So how the fuck are y'all gonna keep meeting in private, suspend the Brown Act for y'all, and contract outside legal counsel when you already are using all the city's resources to defend your asses? It's crazy. And we already know that there's an old judge y'all are dying, hopes fall down the stairs or something, who has, y'all ass on the chopping block. So you're gonna need more than $500,000. I hear lawyers are pretty expensive, and the way that y'all contract them is gonna cost like 20 grand an hour. So you really should probably get that number up. Otherwise, you're gonna need more. He's gonna have to stand up because his ass gonna be raw. It's not gonna be because he doesn't want to pay attention. The last item, I believe, is in regards to homelessness defense. Not defending homelessness, although y'all do that. It's to get legal counsel for people like that and eviction services, all that stuff. Obviously, that's good. It would cost a lot less to do that if you didn't just raise all the fees and the taxes and all the fucking small homeowners and landowners and shit, so then they won't charge high rent to people here. You know, you really are pitting the middle class against the lower class because y'all serve the upper class. And eventually people here, I've been seeing them, they've been communicating. People you wouldn't expect. You know, MAGA hat people and people from like the more progressive leftist organizations, they're talking now. And just like over 10 years ago when Occupy and the Tea Party were coming together and y'all across the country shut us down, I was there live that night and I saw it happen. It's gonna happen. Y'all gonna try to do some shit like that again. Watch. General public comment. It's really despicable how y'all stuff your faces and make cute little faces at each other and have side conversations while people here still have the, I don't even know if it's honor anymore, but the self-disregard to still, you know, be nice to y'all. To be honest, they've already given you enough nice words. And because y'all don't listen to the beautiful people that come here, you're going to have to listen to the ugly people that don't want to follow the rules. And y'all don't even follow your own fucking rules, which is disgusting. You know, y'all sit up there talking back and forth all the time, like having side conversations, interrupting public comment. You know, Nithya Raman over here stuffing her face at the chair seat. You know, it's crazy. In school, you wouldn't be allowed to just be munching in the middle of geometry class. You wouldn't be allowed to be on your phone in the middle of history. You know, can we at least demand some etiquette and decorum from them over the public? The public has had enough. We're over here barely keeping it together, barely surviving. You're lucky that we come here with words. You really are, okay? You don't get, people say this shit, I'm tired of these old ass sayings like power, you know, gives nothing without demands. That's bullshit. Power gives nothing without force, okay? People come here making demands all the time, and y'all don't understand that language because you only speak the language of force. That's why you use the police against the activists, and then later on, act like you're for them. You only speak the language of force, so one day people will speak to you in that language, and that's all you'll have time to listen to.
Thank you, Speaker. Your time is
Right,
up. Our
like they
final speaker.
Like they forced everybody.
The next speaker will be our final
The king of
speaker.
California.
We'll be closing public
No
comment after
kings.
this speaker. Go ahead.
California. Old Governor Newsom. The king of California shut you down for years.
Good morning. My name is Jenny Colon, and I'll be doing public comment in item 32.
But no
Okay,
kings
you'll have 1
here.
minute for each. Please start with item number 32.
These are critical times. I urge the council members to immediately extend the Stay House LA contract for 1 more year and fully fund the program. Without it, Angelenos will lose legal and rental assistance. The rental assistance through State House LA is the only source we have right now. Know your rights that educates our communities. I'm extremely fortunate. I have received legal representation that I otherwise couldn't afford. Tenants disproportionately are underrepresented legally, most of the times not at all. The legal system and courts are tricky to navigate for every Angeleno. Where are we to turn if State House LA's contract is terminated? How many more of us, our children and our elderly, will become unhoused? Where will most vulnerable communities turn to?
Yeah, they
Public
dog
comment?
3-inch shrimp and robot
I'm
lady.
here to urge council members to contribute to the discretionary funds for the LA Public Bank. Council members from District 1, 9, 13, and 14 are leading the way.
There goes Grady.
And
He's taking
contributing
off.
their own funds. Our city is broke. It's in a financial emergency. My council member Padilla has spoken to the scarce resources in the San Fernando Valley. It's time to set up and explore a different way, one where Angelenos aren't footing a $1 million bill annually. This money deserves to be invested in the community for housing, feeding our children and elderly, and many other critical social resources. The situation is dire. Act now with urgency and conviction necessary to agendize the motion and fund the public bank now.
Thank you for reading your script.
And at this time, thank you for your comments. We have taken, we're now closing public comment for all items.
Of course you are. Get loud. No, get loud. Fuck you and your shh, bitch. Noodle, noodle.
The two individuals in the back who are yelling have been warned. If you continue to disrupt this meeting, you will be asked to leave. Clerk, what items can we vote on at this time?
Be
Madam
disruptive.
President, the council may now vote
They're
on item
disruptive
one.
to the city every fucking day with every one of their actions.
I'm sorry.
Speaker?
Sergeant, the individual who's speaking is going to be asked to leave at this time. He's already
Don't
been
allow
warned.
them to do their criminal business.
Speaker, please stop disrupting this
Fucking
meeting. You've
criminals.
already been warned.
Commies.
Sergeant, if you could escort this individual out of the meeting. We do have to move on. What items can we vote on at this time?
The council may now consider item 1.
Okay, item 1.
That is correct, Madam President.
Okay, please open the roll on these items.
You know she's
Close
angry.
the roll.
You can see
and
she's
tabulate
angry.
the vote.
Look at her face. She's angry.
13 ayes.
Thank you. Let's
Look
move
at
on
Mr.
to item
Herman in the aisle.
31,
Look at Mr. Herman.
which was called special for a separate vote by Mr. Nazarian. Let's open the roll on item 31.
She looks angry.
Close the roll.
She doesn't look
and
happy.
tabulate the vote. Tabulate the vote.
12 ayes, 1 no.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a fucking
thank you. Let's
joke.
move on to item 32.
2 hours of
Mr.
knee
Price, I
bending to
believe
get
you
the
need to
votes
recuse
every
from this
single
item.
day. We pretend to care about you,
And
Bill.
for
We
the
don't do
record,
anything
Madam
for you, and
President,
we don't listen to you when you
amending
come to
motion
talk.
32A,
But we need your
Jurado
vote.
Soto-Martinez
Now we'll
has
let the
been
people
introduced,
talk.
circulated,
All
and
right, give
posted
them
on the bulletin
24
board.
minutes.
Okay. So let's vote on item 32 as amended. Open the
Now
roll.
these assholes about to take all the summer
Oh,
off.
sorry,
Who
one
knows?
moment.
Like 3 weeks, a month
sorry, Councilmember
off
Jurado,
for
go
summer.
Yes, thank you.
1,000 people
I
are
just
getting
wanna
laid off.
clarify
These
that we're
assholes
gonna
are on
take
summer
action
vacation.
on Item 32A,
Cities in the
and
toilet.
it's the one that's
Down
been
$1
passed
billion.
out with the black font and not the red font.
And these idiots are over here fucking.
Does that make sense? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we're voting on item 32 as amended by amending motion
Doing nothing for the
32A,
city.
introduced by Councilmembers Jurado and Soto Martinez. Let's open the roll on this item. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Wonderful. Mr. Clerk, what's next on the agenda?
Madam President, council has
Screw the
motions for posting and
citizens.
referral.
Posted and referred.
The desk is clear.
Members, any announcements? Councilmember Nazarian.
Fellow members of the Roman Senate, hear me. Shall we continue to build palace after palace for the rich? Or shall we aspire to a more noble purpose and build decent housing for the poor? How does the Senate vote? Fuck the poor!
That's that.
Hear about the screening of Die Like a Man that's going to be taking place today at Valley College
That
at
drop
2 p.m.
couldn't
in
be
my
more
district,
real.
in Council District 2. All are welcome to join. I also wanted to take a minute, though, and recognize the incredible work of individuals who contribute to making public
Gun
awareness,
Violence
registered
Awareness
voters,
Month.
work
I thought
on
it was Black
campuses. In
Music
this
Awareness
particular
Month,
case,
which was gospel.
Students
That's
demand
what they just said
action.
starting of the show. Everybody gets the same month?
Individual who was going to be joining me today, who unfortunately got stuck in traffic, and I'm assuming the security line, and wasn't able to join here. So I have a certificate that
too
I'm going
bad.
to be presenting, and I
Too many
wanted to
people in
just,
there, too
before
bad.
losing out the month of June, to take a minute and recognize the fact that it's important
The
for
ones that
all of us
needed
to
to be honored
individually
are out in
do
the
whatever we
hallways,
can
stuck
in our
outside.
districts to continue raising awareness
Fire marshal
about gun
rules.
violence, despite all the craziness that's surrounding us right now.
Rules is
we
rules.
can't fall behind
Nobody's
on the work
above the
we've
law.
done on making sure that people are protected,
Let me
and
try
we're making
attention.
everyone aware to take the precautions necessary. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Nazarian, for that important announcement and recognition. Other members, any other announcements? Councilmember McCosker? Oh, Councilmember Hernandez, go ahead.
Oh, hey.
Councilmember Hernandez, I was just joking.
Okay, thank you. I want to give an announcement today that on the 29th on Sunday is Councilmember Lee's birthday. So if we could please give him a round of applause. One of our favorite cancers here on the council. Thank you.
Definitely a cancer
Happy
for
birthday,
sure.
Mr. Lee. I hope you have a wonderful celebration.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Amazing. Any other announcements today? Okay, seeing none, please rise for adjourning motions. Council members, any adjourning motions to my left? Any adjourning motions to my right? Councilmember Price.
Thank you, Madam President.
Oh, Grady, man, you back? Jack, I didn't see you walk in, bro. So we can clearly see they have nothing else to do. They've got nothing else to do. Okay? They have nothing else to do, so they could totally just spend 10 more minutes and, and get 3 to 5 more people in. Not everybody. Some people just come up for general public comment, which is a minute, right? They're not doing on any of the other items. So they could totally fit these people in, but they choose not to. Purposefully. What a beautiful day today, man. Fuck. What a beautiful day to be at the beach. The water actually looks beautiful and clear and nice. Beautiful, mate. It's Manhattan Beach, I believe. Where you at? That's nice, man. You look nice, man. That's why people pay to live here extra. They got that. It's a bootyful day. Oh, I'm sure there's some nice booties up out there, too. It's Keene season. You gotta love Keene season. Keene season is the best. Can I get a... Everybody loves bikinis.
All right.
Gotta. You got to. No chemtrails. No, they do that over land. They don't waste the particles that'll go down and kill all the people below on the water. I guess they figure the fishermen do enough to kill all the marine life anyways. Between fishermen and what do you call it? People just throwing shit in the ocean and all that crap. Throwing all their garbage overboard. It's a sad deal. It happens quite frequently. Are we going to be live tonight? Yes. Today's Friday, right? I think it is. Pretty sure it is. Last I checked. We definitely going to be here on Friday. And let me do this. I don't know if I can find it. Let me see here. I think this is it. No, that's not it. Where do I find his page? Because one of the stringers, like out here in the valley, caught the ending of that chase yesterday. He was literally right behind it as they were pitting it. So what it was is the guy in the white van, they ended up getting him, as we know. It started as a road rage. Some road rage argument. And he was going back and forth with somebody. Apparently had pulled a knife out or whatever. They had the knife on the ground. Allegedly, all this happened on the streets of Oxnard. So, yeah, we'll see what goes on there. But it was, he definitely, is it this one? I'm trying to find it, guys. Hold on. Oh, that's not it either. Fuck. Where did I find it? I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to link it because I don't have his permission to play his stuff.
Smoke.
There you go. Let's see. Can I find it here? Here's all the break of the chase ones of it. He had a great shot. The cops were like slowing him down because he was that close on the freeway behind him. You could see the pitting happening. And he got a good shot of him also. Can't find it. You know what? I'm gonna be able to find it on X, and then I'll repost it on X. That's what I'm finna do. What do you mean the nuke water? I mean, I don't know if it's still fucked up in the Fukushima plant or whatever it is. Old Fukushima. It'd be wild to live close to that shit. I'm sure it killed a lot of marine life, all that stuff, dude. Toxic as a motherfucking hole. Hold on. She got her MAGA hat on. Dang, that's quite a little bikini. I'm hoping she's not pregnant because she is drinking a cocktail. Hopefully that's just her belly, Billy. She's like me, you know what I mean? She got some belly.
You looking at my gut?
I just took a little peek.
I saw you.
So
What are you looking at my gut for?
I was just looking at your gut because I was sizing it up to me and my guts. Gotta love it. Good old elbow room, man. Again, back-to-back years got the Stanley Cup. How special. I want to know if there's, you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the elbow room got something done that no bar in the history of bars has ever had done. And that would be back-to-back Stanley Cups in it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's hard to say because I guess, you know the Islanders. Those dudes were probably drinking so much. That's probably the first place they went when they won. So some dude was friends with one of the Islanders, Trotier's friend or whatever, and he took the cup there. I'm sure of it. Had to happen. But that was before the days of the internet and everybody having a camera phone and all that. So probably just something in a legend. Just a great story that's actually real. So I don't know. So maybe not. Maybe they didn't achieve it. But I'm going to say until you can prove it, they did. Because you got to think. I mean, they won 4 cups in a row. And I believe they went to a 5th and lost. So, yeah. That's how crazy the Islanders were. I mean, not to say Edmonton didn't do it either. I'm sure, I could see Edmonton. I mean, Canadians, they love to drink. Gretz and all them taking that straight to the bar. For sure. 'Cause I remember them being, especially Edmonton in particular, watching Esa Tikkanen and Grant Fuhr and all these dudes coming out all lit up out of the Forum Club. There's this little bar that's in between levels, just below the ground level, but not at the ice level. And, during the Laker games, whoever's playing against them or for the Lakers, they're up there. So same thing with the Kings. So all the players will shower up, go upstairs, and have a drink at the bar. The bar's right there, and coming out all lit up. Some of the single ones be walking out with a couple ladies on their arm, and I do mean a couple.
All right.
So those were the old days. Well, that was the coach. Remember, every player gets 1 day with the cup. Every player. And I almost think it's everybody that's a part of the winning organization. That even might be, I'm telling you, there's so many stories. It's been on a canoe. It went fucking fishing. People eating M&Ms out of it. I mean, there's so much shit that cup has done. And it's the greatest trophy in sports history because you don't get to keep it. You just get your name engraved along with every single person on that team, including the trainers. All get their name engraved on the same cup, and the cup has just been extended over the years. A little bigger, and add a ring here and another ring. Nobody gets to keep it, but you get a day with it to do whatever you want with it. I don't even know if that said, all right, well, I don't even know what I'd do if I had a day with the cup. Because you want to do something that nobody else really did, something special. I don't know. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. La Patria, you remember. It's still alive now, because when I went to the Deftones, when the Deftones played there, that's where, all the family and friends and stuff were at. They had a full fucking crazy catering setup. I mean, crazy. full fucking bakery with all brownies and croissants and fucking cheesecakes and, you know, marble cake and all kinds of shit. Coffee. It was nice. He gets to see all that. Now, when she does that to him, does that make him kind of like, does it make him horny? I mean, is it a good thing he's got the guitar in front of his dick? Or is he just completely like, fuck, how do I keep my mind? Like, I gotta close my eyes right now. Hit these chords. I just want to know. I don't know which way you take that. I love it, though. She's the party. She's legit the party. Like, no, everybody else is a stick in the mud. These chicks here don't want to get up and get sweaty. You know what I mean? They don't want to do that. That's Fort Lauderdale at the Elbow Room. Yeah, man, shout out to the Elbow Room. Like I said, back-to-back Stanley Cups there. Congratulations to the Florida Panthers. And one day, when I make it back to Florida, I'm going to Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to this place. I'm going to go hang out at the Elbow Room. I already got the shirt, thanks to you guys sending it. I think it was Michelle might have sent that. I can't remember. But, yeah. I got a little piece. Hopefully when I'm there, the cocaine bear shows up again. Fucking cocaine bear. Fucking ledge. Like, they need to take a picture and put a poster on the wall of him. You know? Like an homage to him. Need to see him in all his greatness. What's up, Rapido? Just in time for see me leave. Why did I get on so late? Well, because remember I was telling you guys I wanted to kind of cut out the fat for you. So to be honest, it was literally about 2 hours of this whole little, all the presentations, and then of course they all came up. They had community leaders from each community saying how they were terrorized by each of their communities is terrorized and they can't do anything, can't go anywhere, and nobody's shopping, nobody's doing anything, that whole spiel. You know, told people how to obstruct the raids. You know what I mean? Things like that. So, you know, I just didn't know if you guys, I figured you guys just didn't want to watch that. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can watch it. I mean, fuck, I don't care. Because I got to pay attention to it regardless. It just, I figured I would cut out the fat because I know a lot of people are like, fuck, that's an hour or 2 hours of my day gone listening to this bullshit. You know? So, maybe I'll put a poll up on X or something and on YouTube late when we go live on tonight, and I can get a grip of what you kind of guys want to do about it. So, it is what it is. Has China, Iran, Russia called D.C., Kiev, Langley, the Pentagon, Tel Aviv, Wall Street to be evacuated within the last 12 months? I don't know. I'm still laughing at the people who thought it was really World War III. I was like, calm down. Israel took their whole place in 48 hours. Fools couldn't put up a hang glider. If you got the air, you pretty much have everything. Especially in this day and age. Especially if they have no fear of you shooting them down, like none. They're just going to bomb you into oblivion. No need to bring anybody in, no troops on the ground, nobody really in country, only that sortie for a few minutes in that airspace till you fly out of it again. That's it. Done. Shit's done. Some people started hoarding toilet paper again. For what? Because they think something crazy's coming? Why don't they just go and get a bidet? You know, you can get a the day, you know. She's doing her mating dance. She's trying to get... Holy shit, is that Pat at the bar above Stinky in the yellow with the drink up? That's Pat. Like real life. That's real life Pat from SNL. Holy shit. Oh, did she just kick her in the head? Did she just kick her in the head? There you go. There's some nice tits.
All right.
Bro, this is... Is she on another drink already? Or no, her drink's about done. She just got the ice in there. That's her back right now. Oh, maybe she's getting married. Maybe that's what it is. That's why she has the little thing on her hair. That's what it is. This is the last hurrah. She's not going to be single anymore. She's going to be married. Taken off the market. Some lucky man is going to have that to eternity. Hey, Oscar, some like it. Some like it. Guarantee you there's some skinny dude out there with a 27-pack stomach that you could wash your clothes on. Okay? He'd bang that shit into oblivion. He'd bang it into oblivion. Gladly. Don't trip. There's always those opposites that attract. Just like I've seen plenty of skinny girls that like a guy with a belly.
You looking at my gut? I just took a little peek. I saw you. So what are you looking at my gut for?
She was checking out your gut. Because that's what she liked. Oh, yeah, she's a bride. I think it's a little, bunch of ladies enjoying her last days of freedom here till she gets hitched. Then she's no longer free. I love the Elbow Room, man. Great place. Great place, man. Looks fun. And one day before I die, I shall be there. Let me link you their page. You guys want to watch the Elbow Room Bar and Grill. The camera's on 24/7, but of course they close at night, and then you'll be staring at the trash cans. But the trash can parade's pretty interesting, too. I've never seen a place with so many trash cans. Very big bar. I know it seems like it's not. You're just looking at it right now during the day. But I assure you, at night, if we go tonight, you won't see the floor. There'll be that many people. Oh, elbow room only. That's why it's the elbow room. See, you got elbow room. Got it? Get it? Got it? Shout out to Brock Landers. I ain't seen Brock in a minute. We love you, Brock. Right here, buddy. Right here. So I'll see you guys tonight at 8, right? About 7 hours from now. You can set your phone to it. That way you don't forget. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend if you are not going to join us. So be safe out there. I get it. It's Friday. You want to have fun with family and friends. Summertime. It's a beautiful day. I get it. You want to be smoking and scanning. So be safe out there. Come back to us on the next one. But everybody else, I'll see you tonight at 8. Thank you for the likes, the love, the donos. Thank you for the thumbs ups. They work and they are free. I appreciate each and every one of them. Thank you guys, and shout out to Stacy for the shout out, and shout out to all the other speakers who didn't get to get their words in today, like 3-inch. So, all right, guys, I'll see you later tonight.
This party is officially over.
Yeah, you guys. I'm a king.